FM Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. DJ Abiam is still at the helm of Music Affairs, treating us to some wonderful tunes this morning. Thank you to DJ Abiam. And we've been talking about the 3FM Baby Fair. It is finally here. We're still calling on all vendors and all parents and all guardians, mothers, fathers, expectant mums and dads. The fair is finally here. It's your one-stop shop for all childcare products, clothing, toys, development products, and so much more. And of course, as we gear towards the baby fair, we've also been talking about health issues concerning children and also the family as a whole.
Chase those crazy ballets out of our time.
And we have two very special guests in the studio this morning.
I plant the corn.
Dr. Lorenzo is in the building. He's in the studio. I asked him how to pronounce the full name. He says, let's go with Dr. Lorenzo. So thank you for sparing my tongue this morning.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning. Nice to have you in studio. We also have Dr. Ali Saini in the studio as well. Nangadef.
Jamarek.
Good to have you. Good morning.
To all your audience.
It's the only piece of Wolof that I know. It's the only piece of Wolof I used to show off.
And the way you pronounce it is so perfect.
Aha, 10
Like
over 10.
10 over 10.
Amazing stuff. Well, Docs, it's good to have you in the studio with us. And of course, you will be with us on our 3FM Baby Fair journey.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about what to expect when you get to the fair, what our patrons can expect, and then we'll dial it back and talk a little bit about health.
Sure. All right. So my name is Dr. Ali Sen. I'm a specialist obstetrician and gynecologist, and also the medical director at Blue Medical Center. So this year we're very happy to participate in the baby fair organized by
3FM.
3FM. Because, when we look at it, it also aligns with our vision and our mission. Basically, our mission and vision is basically family-centered. So we are always very happy to participate, especially in such events. Because at Blue Medical Center, we are always very happy to make all our care to be focused on the client, on the patient. So that is why we are really into these things. So on the baby fair, we'll be there on tomorrow. That's Friday to Sunday. We'll have a stall there too.
Sure.
And basically, we are not only there for the babies, but also for the family too. So
Sure.
We'll be offering some free screening. Okay, and also the free screening will entail maybe a lot of things. We'll do some bit of healthcare talk, and also do the blood pressure screening. And for those who are interested in, especially with regards to the mothers, for those who are interested in knowing their status, whether they have any fibroids or so, Blue Medical Center is just at East Legon, Lagos Avenue. We're always very happy to receive them. So we've been doing this for some time now.
Sure.
Whereby people can just walk in and then, have a free screening for fibroids too.
Okay.
Because our services, like I said, it entails a lot. It's not only limited to only babies, but we offer both adult care and also children care. So I'll just also allow Dr. Lorenzo, then I'll just chip
You
in.
can continue, no problem.
Yeah. Well, Dr. Lorenzo, over to you. And also what you do at Blue Medical Center. Tell us what are the ailments that you treat? What is the specialty? Talk about family health. What are some of the areas that you specifically look at so that patrons know what to approach you with when they see you at the baby fair?
Okay, so Blue Medical Center is a subsidiary of RS Center of Excellency. It's an international organization. It's top 5 in the world in interventional cardiology, interventional neurology. We do a lot of congenital malformation.
Okay.
Okay. So we came in Ghana in 2018, and we discovered because the children hospitals, they doesn't exist. Okay.
Okay.
So at the same time, we say, okay, let us build our medical services, what we have in Europe and America and Italy, okay? But at the same time, let's do more pediatrics and family care. Because we discover a specialized hospital in pedics or mother and child are very few in Ghana. Okay, so we intend to do that and to continue that.
Okay, and that's very important. As you mentioned, you spotted a gap in the market or in the system, if you will. Why is it important, or how important is it for our healthcare centers to focus really on children, because they go through a number of issues and things that you don't, correct or spot in young years will come back and definitely cause some bigger problems. Dr. Ali?
Yeah. So we know. Yes, we have the public sector, which is, provide a very valuable contribution in closing some of those gaps. When you find out that a lot of the hospitals, what they do is more of a general care. So meaning like they offer all the services. So initially when we started, basically Blue Medical Center was mostly known for pediatric care, whereby it would be like your one-stop shop. When you come in, you have almost all the services available, from the pediatric specialist to the lab and also the pharmacy to give any supportive care. And the place is also 24 hours, operable. So meaning at any point in time, once you walk in, you will always meet somebody who will be able to at least handle your issues. But nowadays we've also expanded to other niche. So like he mentioned, the interventional cardiology, I think Blue Medical Center will be like one of the very few places where you can have an interventional cardiology.
What is that for?
So basically what it means is that for those who have like heart attack or heart issues, we have like a cardiologist, like who's a very good specialist, and who also offer like, what they do is, for those who have issues with their heart, the interventional cardiology means they will like pass like a catheter, we call it catheter, like a long tube down to the heart, especially if there's any blockage, and then help to relieve that. So a lot of the time, most of the centers is mostly medications, which is mostly given. And yeah, sometimes you may have results, but sometimes it may not really give you the results you really want. So interventional cardiology is basically the way to go. And then we have that at one of our center, because we partner with IMA, the International Maritime Hospital. So because there we are the one who runs the ICU, one of their ICUs. So meaning, and also like ICU care too, the ARIS, which is the parent body for Blue Medical Center, also offer ICU care, that is intensive care unit. So the intensive care unit also, we have very few. So you remember like during the COVID, we've had issues, a lot of problems, because we don't have very highly specialized intensive care unit facilities. It's only a few places. At some point, they were all full. Because of the demand was very high. And then ARIS also have like an ICU. I think it's been in operation for how many years now?
Yes, we have 4 years.
4 years, running the ICU at
neurology, cardiology. So basically, we come back on interventional cardiology. What means is if you have the blockage in the heart right now, basically you have 90 minutes to open the blockage. If it's not, your heart start to suffer.
I see.
So basically, we put the stents and to allow the blood to pass through to the vessels to the heart. So basically, you are saving you in less than 90 minutes.
I see.
We have all the system working from the moment you have the heart arrest or heart attack or the blockage. In less than 90 minutes, we are in the theater and saving your life. That is the more important, yes.
Very swift indeed. Blue Medical Center, you've been very busy since 2018.
Yes, please.
Now, at the 3FM Baby Fair, there are going to be people who are selling a myriad of items. These days, everybody is quite concerned about their health. Parents want to know, what should I be thinking about just generally when it comes to children's health? There are all types of fads out there, vitamins, supplements. You are inundated with choice. For our parents and our guardians, thinking generally about their children's health, what should they be purchasing? Is it vitamins, supplements? Is it really about the diet, the care? What are the fundamentals that parents should be thinking about?
Basically, especially if you have a child, especially the first time ones, you're always very anxious whatever happens to the child. But the most important thing is the basics. The basics are make sure at least they're having regular activities, exercise, and the diet is also very essential. And just our normal balanced diet, Ghanaian diet is fine. Although our diet is mostly consisted of carbohydrate, a lot of carbohydrates, but we need to at least balance it with at least a lot of fruits, veggies, and the proteins too, in addition to the carbohydrates. And yes, the vitamins are very essential, but a lot of the time we tend to add those ones maybe if there's an issue. Okay, a lot of the time don't try to give drugs or treat your child in the house. Whenever you have any concern, it's always good to seek help from a professional rather than taking your own initiatives. Other than that, once you have a child and you are worried about something, the best place is just seek a professional.
And do you see any issues when parents take matters into their own hands and prescribe their own medication for their wards? Is that something that comes up, during your practice? Do you see that often?
It's very common. Yes.
Very common.
Yes.
Okay. One thing I usually say is with regards to healthcare, you have so many, competing variables. So everybody have their opinion.
That's right.
It's only in healthcare that you have some like an issue or concern. Before sometimes you go to the hospitals, you will seek A, B, C, D from friends, family before you even go to the hospital.
That's right.
Some will Google their symptoms, and by the time they will come with a lot of anxiety, so worried.
And that is a big thing. If you have any issues, just go straight to the healthcare professionals, because I do that. I start Googling and I say, listen, I'm going to die in 24 hours.
You say the key point. So everybody is Google now to say, okay, let me see, so fever, these symptoms, let me give this. So this is very wrong.
Okay.
It's better to see the professional.
Okay.
Any professional in this country knows and have experience better than any father with no experience. So it's better to see the professional, and based on that, the professional know what have to do. Labs, pharmacy, all this, it's there.
And the care is evidence-based. So whatever we do, we base it on evidence. So meaning, when you come, we listen to your story, do the necessary investigations, and then do the appropriate labs, and also do the appropriate management or medications. All right. So like I said, it's only in healthcare you have so many competing factors. You have the prayer camps here, you have the malams there, you have everybody playing their role. Yes, some are doing very well, but a lot of the time it makes it brings delay in clients seeking help at the appropriate centers. And that can also affect the outcome.
I also want to know, what are some of the topmost ailments that children present with when they come to the Blue Medical Center?
So it's mostly the usual things, the respiratory issues, maybe like the cough, cold, and sometimes it also depends on what time of the year it is. Okay, especially like during the although we don't have a lot of that problem here, like our weather basically is more or less uniform, although nowadays we're experiencing the rains.
That's right.
Every now and then. But otherwise, it's mostly the respiratory issues. Once in a while, you get the malarias, the typhoid, and those especially who have chronic conditions like asthma. Sometimes, when it comes to the emergency, they are mostly the ones we mostly receive. Respiratory issues, asthma.
Is malaria also still top of the list?
Not really. You hardly even see them these days. It's only very few cases whereby you'll even do the lab and then come with the positive results. All right, but otherwise it's mostly the respiratory and the diarrhea, vomiting issues.
So that food is essential, keeping the food clean, healthy. That's something that parents are maybe not still getting right. Kids are still eating contaminated food, or is it when they go to school and they're all sharing? And
So you find out that especially now the school has closed. A lot of the time, once school opens, the first few weeks, then now kids start interacting with their other colleagues and start having start having their respiratory issues, because now they've started being exposed to their friends, and then start coming up with. And most of the time during those days, they will come most of the time with respiratory issues. But
the big city's disease is not the same like the village's disease. We have to know that. Generally in the cities, the people wash more the hand, have fridges, so that is helping the children or the families to not have too much disease like the villages ones. So the malaria you ask for, very few.
Very few, we hardly come across them these days. I'm more into
typhoid,
obs and gynae. Like from my area, like I said, we are still offering the free fibroid screening for anybody who's interested in just to know their status. They can always walk in at at any point in time, and then we can just offer them. But otherwise, yes, at the baby fair, Blue Medical Center will be there, and then we'll always be very happy to interact with people, discuss, offer some health talk, and also do some few screenings.
Now we talk about fibroids, and because we're opening up the fair also to prospective moms, expectant moms, those who are, wanting to start the journey of conception. How common are fibroids? I know that from where I sit, almost every woman I know seems to have fibroids. I haven't even checked.
Very, very common. So let's say when you take a woman in their lifetime, almost 7, 8, let's say out of 10, almost 7, 8 at some point in their life may develop fibroid. Very common. A lot of the time does not come with any symptoms, no issues to worry about, but there are some who may come with symptoms, maybe. So once you start having very heavy flow, your menses, you are not having any pain, you start having very severe pain, you should be concerned and then just get yourself checked. So, but yes, it's very common, especially among blacks, compared to the other races.
So that Blue Medical Center are helping for fibroid screening, and not only that, the treatment, we have a treatment with painless. Basically, we don't cut the fibroid. Okay, you use the vessels through to a special wire, you reach at the fibroid, and you block the blood to go to the fibroid. If I don't give you food, what happened to you? So it's the system with the fibroid. So we block the blood to go to the fibroid, and fibroid with time die.
Is that a new
yes, it's the new system and the new technology.
I see.
In Ghana.
In Ghana.
It's
using this last 20 years.
Okay, but we are now catching up to
so
it.
basically, it's been here for so long, but only that maybe still at the private side, not really available, like compared to maybe the developed world. It's also similar to like those who have heart issues. It's more or less the same approach. Passing like a guided wire down to where the issue is and then block the blood supply, which will help like the fibroid to shrink. You get it.
And what could happen if fibroids are not attended to or removed? What are some of the consequences?
Okay, so a lot of the time, like I said, they may come no pain, no issues. So if let's say the fibroid is not coming with most like any debilitating symptoms, and the woman is not ready, sometimes you can wait. But for those who have symptoms, yes, you may need an intervention. And the areas of intervention, like we said, is the interventional radiology. That's whereby you guide, block, or if it's too big, then that's where the surgery comes in, which could be laparoscopic, which means like a keyhole, which is not readily available here too. So what we tend to offer here most of the time is the cutting.
Right.
Okay, depending on the size of the fibroid. So if it's too big, yes, then you may need to cut. So some women sometimes are so worried because, they don't want to go through that direction. So a lot of the time they will tell you, okay, do you have any drugs which I can take to melt my fibroids? Unfortunately, still now, the only drugs we have is ones which can help to manage the symptoms, like heavy bleeding. We give something to help with that. If you come with a lot of pain, we give something to help with that.
Right.
Otherwise, sometimes they delay a lot. They will go to, try so many other things outside.
Because I hear so many adverts for the herbal products. They say they treat fibroid, shrink.
A lot of time they will end back to the hospital. And meanwhile, you could have gotten maybe a myomectomy, maybe just removing the fibroid nodules. So because your fibroid is so big, sometimes you may see fibroid as big as somebody who's 9 months pregnant. And then with those ones, the chances of having a myomectomy is quite low. So you may end up even losing your womb.
Goodness me.
So that's why if you have an issue, come to the hospital. Okay? That's the best place to be.
Absolutely. Before things get worse and then you end up right where you should have been in the beginning. And some of these interventions, these herbal medicines and the rest, they're not cheap also. They cost a pretty penny. So by the time you would have spent that money seeking all other alternatives, you could have saved it, gone to Blue Medical Center, got a diagnosis and gotten treatment. But speaking about babies, do you also help with fertility issues, couples that are looking to have babies? Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we do. Basically, we also offer that, whereby, we, for those who have fertility issues, we see them, discuss with them, do the area of investigations, Most of the time we have trouble with the men because they
And
hardly.
Dr. Ali, I was going to come to that specifically. When we talk about fertility, it's almost as if the onus is on the woman alone.
Yeah.
But now we do know, we're armed with the information that
Yeah,
it's
yes.
sometimes
No,
almost
no,
a 50-50 split between who is responsible.
Yeah,
Dr.
so-
Lorenzo knows what I'm talking about.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
Very well.
so we
Sometimes
do
it's
the
more in male
investigations
than
Is
female.
you heard it
and
here
then
first.
and then offer the appropriate management. Sometimes it could just be give you some some vitamins, give you some time and see, because like your chances of getting pregnant in a month, maybe if you take 10 women, maybe 2 may get pregnant. But if you keep on trying for like a year, that can even improve from 2 to almost 8 to 9 women can get pregnant out of that 10.
Right.
So a lot of the time is very important.
You have to give it some time.
I mean, the time you spend together,
Right,
the
of
man and
course.
the woman. Nowadays, whereby some partners are out, some are in, they are not spending time together. Sometimes that alone may just be the issue rather than even maybe there's a problem. But it's always good to come around, do the investigations, know where we are before at least getting the right management.
And that's useful information. I think some people think that at any time of the month it's possible for a woman to get pregnant, but we know that it's a very limited window.
Yeah, very limited.
Where if you don't get, get the action on within that time, you might not see the results you are looking for.
So basically, with regards to the egg, so also depending on the woman's cycle, if you have a regular cycle, let's say example 28 day 14 you may ovulate. Every woman you meet, a lot of the time they will tell you, okay, I'm 28-day cycle, but it does not happen like that. It varies. So your cycle length could be from 21 to 35 days, and then you find out that depending on your cycle length, that will determine when to expect the ovulation. But the egg does not wait. So within 12 to 24 hours, once it's released, if nothing happens during that time, it's going to die off.
Right.
So sperm cells, some will say, okay, it may survive 2 to 3 days. Some books may even stretch it to 5 days. So meaning the days before the ovulations, if you have contact with your partner, yes, there's a likelihood of getting pregnant. But once you ovulate, within 24 hours, there was no activity before or during the ovulation, that means you've lost that opportunity. And it's just a very narrow window. Some 2-3 days, maybe maximum 5 days. Some can even stretch it to 1 week. So meaning, yes, immediately after your period, you are on your safe period, meaning you can't get pregnant. So depending on your cycle length, this could sometimes range from few days to like a week even. And then once you ovulate to like a week, 1 week before your menses too, you are also on your safe period. So meaning it's just the middle part of your cycle that's the fertile period. So because otherwise, if you miss that, it becomes difficult for you to get pregnant.
Well, time check, it is some 3 minutes to the top of the hour, 10 a.m. We're still live here on 3FM Sunrise, on 3FM 92.7. We're just about wrapping up on this conversation with Dr. Lorenzo and also Dr. Ali. They're here from the Bloom Medical Center, and they will also be at the 3FM Baby Fair, giving some much needed support and knowledge to the patrons coming. So do come and check them out. They'll both be in attendance. Come and have a discussion like we've had this morning and talk about all of the different issues this morning, and get some much needed education and help if need be. So again, we'll be there. 3FM Baby Fair kicks off tomorrow. We're very, very excited. There are a lot of expectant moms, dads that want to come and get some much needed information. You'll be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as well, coming from the Bloom Medical Center. Well, gentlemen, last words before we part ways this morning.
So basically, we want to see you there, and our free screening is there. So special for children, but the fathers are very important because somebody have to care about the children.
Yeah.
If the father is not okay, the child is suffering. So we are there.
Yeah.
Okay, so the dads as well, don't leave it all for mommy to come and get information, for mommy to come and bring the children. If mommy is busy, these days, we say we're equal partners, 50-50. If mommy's busy, take the kids, bring them along and get some education information. Dr. Ali.
Yeah, so on the final note, we'd just like to take this opportunity to thank 3FM, and also we'll be expecting the people during the fair. We'll be very happy to interact with them and also answer any questions they have.
And for anybody that maybe wants to speak with you today, they can't wait until the baby fair, or they might not be able to attend. How can we find you? Where are you? All of that. Plug that for us, please.
So I'll be at East Legon, but my the number to the hospital. Okay, we've provided it
Okay,
down
so
there.
it's here. Blue Medical Center. They're located 21 Lagos Avenue in East Legon. That's not difficult
Opposite
to find.
Zenith Bank.
Yeah.
Opposite the Zenith Bank. And the number is 054 632 5166. That's 054 632 5166. They're also on Twitter. Well, Dr. Ali is on Twitter. Ali Saini Doctor, ALSAINE Doctor. Interact with him on the socials as well. But come to the baby fair. Come and get some free good information, a free screening as well, and learn more about Bloom Medical Center. It's been fantastic having you both in studio this morning. Thank you so much for
Thank you very much.
this small knowledge sharing expedition. More to come at the baby fair. We'll see you there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Time check, it is exactly 10 a.m. and this is where we bid you farewell. Thank you so much for sticking with us from 5:55 in the morning all the way up until now.
These are the words my father
Black Rasta is coming up next with the Urban Blend.
said a long time ago. Your health is your wealth. Now I'm telling you so.
A lot more in store if you stick with us right here on 3FM 92.7.
Or if you drive around in a big fancy
And we can't wait to see you over the weekend.
you're the Lord of
For potential vendors, this is the number you need, 024-440-5027. That is 024-440-5027.
Now don't you forget it. These are the words.
My name is Helen Apia Ampofo. On behalf of the rest of the Sunrise crew, amazing crew,
Oh, your health is your wealth. Now I'm telling you so.
do have an amazing day. A big thank you to everybody who makes this such a wonderful experience. We're back again tomorrow.
You can have all your riches, have diamonds and gold, and they don't mean nothing when the Lord takes your soul. But the one thing that will help